Alright guys, what's up? I'm going to be doing a quick run through of my Watchdogs solo one down run. This heist was, I don't know, it took a few attempts, but it didn't feel terribly difficult, if that makes any sense. Sometimes these runs can take a little while just because of the amount of bad luck that happens. So, general strategies for day one, nothing too crazy. Primarily, I tried to focus on having a good way to get out of the truck, which we'll see here in a second. It's pretty consistent. I don't think I ever actually went down getting out of the truck on any of the runs using this, so just basically just threw a concussion grenade and tried to time it for when the door opened. That time around I didn't really time it super duper well, but it all worked out, so it's fine. Typically I try to shoot out the rightmost window and just throw the bags directly through the window there and have them directly into the room. However, with the Dragon's Breath locomotive with the cavity, you have to shoot out individual window panes, and you usually can't just shoot the window once or twice and have it break. And I didn't want to waste a bunch of ammo, so instead I just ran all the bags, regardless. So I hit the mid bag a second ago just to replenish my health, not because I got downed or anything. And I knew that I probably wasn't going to be able to hit that med bag anymore throughout the rest of the heist, so I just said, forget it, we'll just heal myself real quick. So I tried two different setup places. When I say setup places, I mean places where I was positioning myself so that I could fend off the incoming assault wave until the pickup truck arrived. As you see, of course, I'm bunkering down in this building. I think it's the most common building for people to bunker down in. I also tried going onto the left-hand side of the map where one of the pickup truck drop-offs are. However, I went down 3 times trying to move the bags over there, trying to be as fast as possible. It just really wasn't all that effective. I'm sure if I tinkered with it and tried to find a slightly better way to move the bags up in that area, maybe it'd be a good holdout spot. But still, I found this room to be a bit more consistent overall. So, Dozer came in pretty early. That kind of sucked, but able to get rid of him without taking it down. And this other guy, I forgot about him. Of course, trying to get converts as fast as possible. Seeing how it is really easy to get overwhelmed in this little room. You have to play it really safe here in this room. There isn't a lot of leeway for sticking your head out around corners without either getting shot through the windows or a whole bunch of enemies coming through the doorway there. I also didn't get the adjacent door on the far side of the room that I could pick open to hide in there where one of the possible pickup truck spawns are, which incidentally that is the drop, sorry, not the drop, that is the spawn that I do end up getting here in just a minute or two. As far as pickup truck spawns go, I don't really have a preference between any of the 3, even though obviously the other 2, aside from the one that is in the adjacent room to this one, that one obviously is much closer, the other 2 are much further away. However, it doesn't feel extraordinarily difficult to move the bags over there in between assault waves. I know a typical strategy is to wait to throw the bags into the pickup truck just as the assault wave is ending, so that you have plenty of time to run to the armored escape before it gets shot up, before the next assault wave starts. However, well, we'll see what happens here in a minute. So I see that I get this pickup truck spawn. I was kind of like, okay, well, I wasn't prepared at all for this. And I hadn't actually encountered this drop before in any of the runs before this one that were kind of like the practice, as I was trying to get a feel for what I needed to do for the heist. And so I just started throwing the bags over there, not really sure what else to do. I wanted to have the bags over there with me, as I was going to have to pick open that door. Of course, I didn't have any lock picking skills or anything like that incorporated into this build, because I didn't see what the point of it would be. I really wasn't anticipating to get this spawn. Seems like I hardly ever get this one. I usually find it best to hide behind this middle crate here, as opposed to hiding in any of the corners. Because whenever I'm in the corners, I would end up getting shot by people through these windows. I threw the concussion grenade down there because I have been tased several times trying to jump that gap. And would end up falling down and getting downed, and then the entire run would go to crap just because of that. I lucked out, had the assault wave ending right here. Well, I didn't really luck out. I think that was more of a tactical maneuver, but I don't know, maybe half and half, we'll say. So I had plenty of time to pick open the door without getting completely annihilated, which was really nice. And it was right about at this point that I was trying to gauge whether or not I was going to have enough time to break open the window, throw down the bags, and move to the armored escape before the next assault wave would start. But even as the next assault wave began, I decided to just go ahead and throw in all the bags. Right here was when I was trying to decide, should I do it, should I not, should I just camp out and wait for the actual escape after throwing this bag in? Just trying to get an idea of where the enemy spawns were coming from. So I just went ahead, threw the bag in, and then decided to Rambo it over to the next area where I knew the armored escape would be coming from, hoping I'd be able to get over there fast enough. Looked down this way, saw the enemies were coming up, decided to nope out of there, and just took the long way.
Only 30 seconds left. You should see me coming any second. Escape driver's coming in now. The escape driver's coming in now.
Got really lucky, didn't have to take any downs as I was coming over here. Tried to be really safe once I got here because obviously I didn't want to go down too long before the van showed up, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get to it in time with Swan Song, or I'd go down right as the armored escape arrived and wouldn't be able to revive myself in time to actually get into the escape zone. But I made it here in plenty of time. Even if I went into Swan Song, I would have been in there. And so day one went by without a hitch. I think I only took, I only took one down, which is pretty nice. So now, transferring over to day 2, this day actually gave me a little more trouble than I was originally anticipating. Not too bad, but still I had to do like maybe 2 or 3 attempts as opposed to the one I thought it was going to take, which is fine. The first attempt, of course, was the first time I'd ever tried to do this solo, so the first run I never expect to go super well just because I'm trying to get my feet wet and how to approach the heist, solo on one down and all that good stuff. But so just start by throwing the bags over the fence, obviously. Wanting to hit the switch as soon as possible so that the boat will start moving over here. I throw the bags in this corner because it's relatively safe-ish. That corner over there is pretty defensible. I don't hide behind those little pallets where the med bag is on top of, but that area, of course, back there is usually the safest for me to try to hold out. So I just put the bags back there, and I'm trying to, of course, keep an eye out for any straggler armored enemies that I can use to get some easy converts. Did have the Dock 7 boat there, so I had to deal with enemies spawning from over there, as well as coming from through the crate and around the crates. I was able to make it to hit this med bag really quickly. I actually believe it was either the second or the first run, I can't quite remember, where I was running across the way really quickly to hit that med bag and actually went into Swan Song just as I was beginning to interact with the bag. Or I guess I should say just before, because I wasn't able to hit the bag. Ended up losing the run because of it. So I actually didn't care much for trying to hit that bag unless I was already over there, and if I was far away from it, I'd actually try to set my own med bag down instead of risking trying to run across there and getting downed. So, in terms of strategy, nothing really crazy going on here. It's really just camping the area and trying to just hold out through the assault waves until the boat arrives.
Kneel down. Bracelets on.
Managed to get a convert and didn't go down as I went out there to convert him, which was nice.
Drop the gun! Got the shield! Drop it! Hands up!
Tasers on the boat, giving me a little bit of trouble. The boat actually caused me a few more problems than I would have liked. Well, I say problems. It didn't really cause problems. It was just a mild aggravation to not just deal with enemies coming from the front, but also deal with them spawning in from the side. Nothing overtly difficult, just kind of annoying to be focused on one group of enemies and trying to just directly fight them off, and then get shot up a bunch from the side and just not be ready for it usually. Medic camping out inside this container, and I started getting beat around and thought I was going to go down. Oh, I did go down, never mind. Hidden medics are absolutely the worst. Like when enemies are in an area above you, or even in an area, or yeah, where there's like walkways above you or an area below you where enemies can kind of camp out. And then medics will revive people through the walls. I started to panic a bit right here because obviously I went down and I already burned my Messiah charge, so I had to feign death right here. So this was just absolutely pure luck on my part, that the run didn't just completely go to crap. Also, that dozer didn't down me, which was awesome, but then I ran into the shields and they downed me. Also, they were starting to get the bags, and so of course I was trying to rein that issue in before everything went to crap. Thankfully I was able to get a quick Messiah right here. Or, no, maybe I wasn't watching super closely. I might have feigned death, but hit the med bag anyway. But that's fine. Got rid of those two dozers. Chopped these shields with Dragon's Breath right as I was about to go all the way down, so that would happen. And everything went nicely. This actually wasn't a super good medic bag placement, just because of the people that would spawn in on the ship and jump onto the port platform, or the dock platform, whatever you want to call it. Finally managed to get my other convert. Go back to the medic thing I was talking about a few minutes ago. It's just really annoying, like if they're on a balcony above you and you can't shoot them, but they're healing the enemies that you're trying to kill. It's just really aggravating. Or when there's two medics and then you're killing one medic and then they just keep healing each other, but you can't kill them fast enough to actually like take them out. Alright, so the boat finally arrived, which was nice. Semi-worried I was going to accidentally throw the bags in the water and choke victory away. Thankfully that didn't happen. Just managed to, of course, throw the 4 bags in and hold out for another minute or two until the chopper arrived. Converts distracting the enemies absolutely perfectly while I was moving the bags. I couldn't have asked for a better little bag run right through there. And I didn't even notice until this point in the heist, but hiding behind these containers was actually a pretty nice little area to control. However, I could see it being really easy to get cornered in the height of an assault wave, but right here at the early stage of the assault wave, when enemies were still trying to come in from their spawns, it wasn't too terribly bad. I was able to shoot down that way with the Dragon's Breath locomotive to to get lots of early damage as the enemies were coming in, and some of them, of course, would die. Converts were staying more towards the sides of the containers, so almost acting like turrets, or sentry turrets in that way. So it was just a really nice defensible position. I'm not even sure why I moved from it and went to there, to be quite honest. I think I was just antsy. Didn't want to sit in one place for too terribly long and get myself cornered.
We got a shield! Shield! Got the shield!
Saw the helicopter coming in and just decided to go ahead and rush over. Thought it was going to go to the spawn up here. However, I then turned to see that it just stopped over there, but it's okay.
Just getting started.
And then sweet, sweet victory.
We lost a little coke on this job, but it could have been worse.
So, day 2 is actually a little more nerve-wracking, especially this particular run, than I originally thought, just because of having to rely on feign death. But overall, it wasn't terribly difficult. And thank you guys so much for watching.